Dish soap doesn't cut grease because of some special chemical formula. It cuts grease because of one cheap ingredient companies have been marking up for decades. 3 ingredients, about 40 cents a batch. And once you see what's actually doing the work, you'll wonder why you ever paid $5 a bottle for it. My name is Elvis Yoda. I've been mixing my own cleaners since before most of today's dish soap commercials ever aired. I stand at the same kitchen sink my mother stood at in a house built in 1958. For the last 11 years, I have not bought a single bottle of dish soap. 11 years. No bottle. The one sitting on my counter right now has lasted me 4 months. By the time this video is over, you will know how to make a batch that cuts grease better than the bottle in your cabinet for less than the price of a cup of coffee. There's one ingredient already in your kitchen, quietly doing more work than the soap itself. I'll name it in a minute. You know the bottle I'm talking about. It sits by your sink right now, half empty, with a pump that started to stick. You bought it because the label promised it cuts grease fast, and for the first few washes it did. Then the grease got stubborn. You squeezed harder. You used more. Maybe you noticed the bubbles building higher even as the pan stayed greasy underneath them. That's the company's signal to your eyes, not proof of anything actually happening to the grease. By the 3rd week, you were using nearly twice as much soap to get the same pan clean as you did on day 1. That is not your imagination. That is not a dirtier pan. That is the soap itself, thinned out at the factory, losing the one thing that actually mattered in the first place. You are not bad at washing dishes. You have just never been shown what is supposed to be doing the work. If you caught the laundry soap video a few weeks back, you already know I do not trust a label that needs 4 syllables to describe a smell. This works the same way. Stay with me. Here's what's actually going on, and here's where I'll name that ingredient I promised you. It's washing soda. Plain, white, sold in a box, usually sitting in the laundry aisle instead of anywhere near the dishes, and I think that's not an accident, but I'll get to that. Most people believe more foam means more cleaning power. That is the single biggest misunderstanding in this entire bottle. Most people also think a thicker, more colorful liquid means a stronger cleaner. The truth is, thickness comes from a gum or a salt added at the factory, and color comes from a dye with no cleaning property whatsoever. Foam is air and a foaming agent. Foam has never cut a single ounce of bacon grease off a cast iron skillet in the history of dishwashing. Sailors scrubbed greasy galley pots with washing soda for 200 years before a single plastic bottle existed. On any shelf, anywhere, we have the bottle now, and somehow the grease still wins half the time. The companies selling you that bottle know foam sells. Foam looks active. Foam looks like it's working, even when the actual chemistry underneath it has been quietly diluted batch after batch, year after year, to save them a few cents on each bottle. Pennies multiplied by millions of bottles. Here's the part that should bother you. Washing soda costs about $5 for a box that lasts most households almost a year. A name brand dish soap costs about $4 and lasts maybe 5 or 6 weeks if you're using it the way the bottle tells you to. Why doesn't the bottle just put more of the real cleaning power in it? Because the real cleaning power costs them more than water, dye, and fragrance combined, and water is nearly free. Grocery stores charge manufacturers for prime shelf space, the same way a billboard charges for a busy highway. A box of washing soda that lasts a household most of a year does not need to fight for that real estate. A bottle that runs out every 5 weeks does. And I'll tell you the real reason most stores keep washing soda stocked next to the laundry detergent instead of the dish soap. Before we're done with the steps, it's not a coincidence, and it's not a stocking mistake. Not by accident. Now let me explain why washing soda actually works, because I don't like leaving you with a claim and no reason behind it. Washing soda is sodium carbonate, a simple mineral salt, not a harsh chemical, just a much stronger cousin of the baking soda already in your cabinet. When you dissolve it in hot water, it raises the pH of that water, which is just a number that tells you how alkaline or acidic something is. Grease and fat are acidic in nature. Raise the alkalinity around them with hot water and washing soda, and the fat molecules start to break apart on a chemical level, in a process with an old name, saponification. That's the same reaction that turns animal fat and lye into soap, just happening in real time, right there in your sink, against the grease already sitting on your plate. The Castile soap in this recipe isn't doing the heavy lifting at all. It's there to lift what the washing soda has already loosened, and to carry it away in the rinse water instead of leaving a greasy film behind. Here's the surfactant part in plain language. A soap molecule has two ends. One end clings to grease, the other end clings to water. Once the washing soda has loosened the fat, the soap molecules surround each greasy particle like a tiny net, the grease-loving end facing in and the water-loving end facing out, and that little ball of trapped grease, chemists call it a micelle, just floats away down the drain instead of sticking to your plate. That's the whole mechanism. Nothing to do with how big the bubbles look. Two ingredients, two separate jobs, working in sequence instead of one bottle trying to do everything at once and doing none of it particularly well. This is why a $5 box of washing soda can outlast 8 bottles of name brand dish soap. It's not magic. It's not some forgotten secret formula. It's a stronger reaction, working at the molecular level instead of a weaker one wrapped in better marketing. This isn't new chemistry either. This is the same basic reaction your great-grandmother relied on before a single brand name existed, just using lye instead of washing soda, because lye was what she had on hand. So why hasn't anyone explained micelles and saponification to you on the back of a dish soap bottle? Because a label that tells you the whole truth about a $5 box of washing soda doesn't sell a $4 bottle very well. Most people think the bottle's job is to clean grease. The truth is, the bottle's job is to sell you another bottle in 6 weeks. Here's exactly how to make it, and I'll give you the costs as we go so you can see the math for yourself. Step 1. Pour 2 cups of hot water into a clean squeeze bottle. Any old dish soap bottle works fine once it's rinsed out. Step 2. Add a 1/4 cup of liquid Castile soap. A 16-ounce bottle of Castile soap runs about $12 and will make roughly 10 batches of this recipe. So you're looking at around $1.20 per batch just from that ingredient. Step 3. Add 2 tablespoons of washing soda, fully dissolved in the hot water before the soap goes in. Dissolve it first, every time, or you'll get gritty, undissolved flecks sitting at the bottom of your bottle. That's the whole recipe. 3 ingredients. 1 bottle you already own, about $1.40 a batch, all in. Shake it gently, not hard shaking, just builds foam you don't need, and we already covered what foam is and is not doing for you. If you want it to smell like something, add 10 drops of lemon or orange essential oil, completely optional, purely for your own enjoyment, because the washing soda and Castile soap will clean the dishes with or without it. A few practical notes before your first batch. You will want 3 things ready: 1 clean squeeze bottle, 1 small funnel, and 1 label. 1 bottle, 1 funnel, 1 label. If your first batch comes out thinner than you expected, your water is probably on the harder side. Add an extra half tablespoon of washing soda next time, and it will thicken right up. Simple fix. If it comes out a little cloudy instead of clear, that's just mineral content from hard water, and it cleans exactly the same either way. Cloudy has nothing to do with effectiveness. Stored at room temperature, away from direct sunlight, a finished bottle stays good for about 3 months, which is longer than most people take to use one up anyway. And one warning, flat out, no exceptions. Label this bottle clearly every single time you make a batch. It will not look any different than the dish soap bottle you refilled it from, and nobody else in your house should ever have to wonder what's actually inside it. Label it every time. If you want to save even more, washing soda and Castile soap both get noticeably cheaper in bulk. A $13 box of washing soda that size will make this same recipe for close to 2 years before you need to buy it again. One more thing, and this matters. If you like the idea of a vinegar rinse for extra shine on glassware, do it as a separate step, in separate water. Never poured directly into this bottle. Vinegar is an acid. Castile soap is a true soap. Mix them together, and the acid breaks the soap apart before it ever touches a single dish, and you're left with a useless cloudy liquid and a wasted batch. Keep them apart, and both will do their job. And here's that promise from earlier, finally paid off. Washing soda sits in the laundry aisle, not the dish aisle, because the companies that make dish soap also tend to own or supply the shelf space deals in that section of the store, and a $5 box that lasts a year doesn't need a prime spot next to anything they're selling you weekly. That's the whole story. Now, I want to be honest with you about what this will not do, because I am not going to pretend a homemade mix outperforms a bottle in every single way. It will not build the thick towering foam you may be used to seeing in your sink, and if foam is something you genuinely enjoy, that adjustment takes most people about a week to stop noticing. It will not lift a pan of burnt-on sugar or scorched milk in 30 seconds flat. Let it soak for 10 minutes first, the same way your grandmother would have, and it will come off clean. It will not smell like a bottle from the store unless you add the essential oil yourself, and even then it will smell like lemon or orange, not like a laboratory's idea of a tropical breeze. I also want to be honest about water temperature. This mix depends on hot water to dissolve the washing soda fully and to help the grease let go in the first place. Hot water matters. Wash in lukewarm or cold water and you will get noticeably weaker results. That is not a flaw in the recipe. It is simply how this chemistry works. And the bottle on the store shelf has the exact same limitation. It just doesn't advertise it. And I will say plainly, some people try this once, decide the lack of foam means it isn't working, and go right back to the bottle. That is a real reaction, and I am not going to argue you out of it. I can only tell you what the chemistry is actually doing, and let your own sink tell you the rest over a few weeks of use. That's fair, I think. Now here's the part I think about every time I see a dish soap display stacked 6 bottles deep at the grocery store. A single household replacing one $4 bottle every 5 or 6 weeks is spending somewhere around $35 to $40 a year on dish soap alone. That's one sink, one family. Multiply that by every household on your street, say 30 homes, and your neighborhood alone is sending over $1,000 a year to companies that didn't have to teach you a single thing about washing soda, saponification, or why foam doesn't matter. Multiply that again across a country of more than 100 million households, and you start to understand why an entire industry has been built. Quietly. On nobody ever being shown the 2-ingredient chemistry sitting in the laundry aisle the whole time. Most people think they are paying for grease-cutting power every time they check out at the grocery store. The truth is they are paying for a plastic bottle, a pump mechanism, a few cents of dye and fragrance, and roughly 30 seconds of commercial time during a cooking show, spread out over millions of households buying the exact same bottle year after year. That advertising and packaging budget has to come from somewhere, and it comes out of the bottle's actual cleaning power before a single drop ever reaches your sink. Nobody is hiding a secret formula from you in some locked vault. They are simply never going to spend a marketing budget teaching you how to spend $1.40 instead of $4 every single time for the rest of your life. That's not a conspiracy. That's just math nobody profits from explaining. I remember one Christmas, back in that same house with the same sink, when my mother made a single batch of this exact mix in an old glass milk bottle she'd saved just for that purpose. One bottle. That was the whole operation. The kitchen smelled like wood smoke from the stove in the next room, and she'd shave slivers off a bar of soap into the hot water herself, because liquid Castile soap in a bottle wasn't sitting on every store shelf back then the way it is now. That one bottle lasted her clean through New Year's, feeding 11 of us on dishes 3 times a day through a week of company, ham dinners, and more pie plates than I can count. She did not have a subscription. She did not have a delivery box showing up on her porch every month. She did not have a single bottle with a brand name on it anywhere in that kitchen. She had a sink, a stove, a box of washing soda, and a bar of soap, and somehow that was always enough. I think about that bottle every time I mix a batch of my own, all these years later, in the same kitchen, for 40 cents instead of whatever a name brand costs this year. Not because $4 is going to break anyone, but because nobody should be paying it without at least knowing they had a choice. So here's what I want you to do this week. Rinse out one old dish soap bottle. Pick up a box of washing soda, it's usually $2 or $3, sitting quietly in the laundry aisle. Mix your first batch using the 3 steps I just walked you through, and use it for 1 full week before you decide anything. 1 week. That's all I'm asking. Tell me in the comments where your store keeps its washing soda, because in some towns it's moved to a completely different aisle, and I want to know how many of you had to hunt for it. Next time, I'll show you the one mix that replaces 3 more bottles under your sink, including the one you spray on your counters every single day, and the real reason that one costs even more than this one does. Trust me on this one. As always, the people who built this country with their hands knew things we are only just starting to remember.